Hi everyone, Richard Carlton here. Welcome to another awesome day of FileMaker training here at FMTrain.tv, where it's Tuesday. Very exciting day because once again we are releasing or talking about a new version of FM Starting Point. This is FM Starting Point 2022. Today we're going to be talking about that. We have X3. X3 is available and it works on the previous download. You may have been downloaded, so you fill out the information. It sends you an email. Just go back to your email and hit download again. You'll get the latest X3 version of the product. Nick will be talking about that today shortly here. If I bring up his little smiley face, there's Nick. Hello. That's Nick. He's wearing a bento shirt. I'm not sure if he's trying to send a signal or if he just switch hitter or what he does, but I have concerns about that.
It's a collector.
It's a collection item, a collector's item.
Yeah,
it's like pinball. Yeah, we need a pinball that's bento, the bento pinball machine. So yeah. So welcome everyone. So let's talk about the upcoming broadcast schedule. We've had a kind of an epiphany of how things are supposed to go and whatnot. So I'm just going to close all the mayhem here. We've been running the daily live stream, the FileMaker certification live stream. So those of you wondering about that, if you go to FMTrain.tv or like, hey, what's been going on with FMTraining.tv? We can go here. We get down at our website, live training. You can see the upcoming broadcast schedule. And then what we're going to have is we also have the certification training, which is over here. It's kind of live, but it's all going to be rolled up and done by, say, end of Thursday this week. And then that will be available for people who have our complete bundle. We do appreciate, while Starting Point is free and this live stream is free, we greatly appreciate the people who buy our complete training. So if you come up here to FMTrain.tv, you visit our webpage, you come down here. We have various courses, but really we have so many courses and so many things that we just load them into a bundle. So we recommend the complete bundle. It gets you access to the certification training, gets you everything you need in one package. People say, hey, can you itemize that out? No, I can't. There's issues and reasons for that. I cannot itemize that out. So, but yeah, we greatly appreciate it. People who come and pay for that. So, let's see. So Nick is there having a water bottle. What other announcements we have? So we have the upcoming broadcast schedule. We did that. Let's see. Coach's Corner. Yeah, starting Monday, what we're going to do is a series of live streams where I will be there along with a junior engineer, and we're going to tackle some basic question that people have about how to implement something in Starting Point. We'll be using Starting Point Lite for this. It's a training exercise. We will probably start off with Starting Point 2020 or 2020, the blue one, the older one. But at some point here, we'll switch to using the neomorphism new design. So, but the idea is for us to build basic things people ask us about. If you're really an advanced developer and you're super ninja, then it'll be beneath you. But there'll be some interesting topics in there. It should be exciting. We'd have Christian Schmidt coming back tomorrow. He'll be here. And then Kyle Williams will be here Thursday and Friday for sure. That's very, very, very exciting. Then Nick will be back next Tuesday for whatever version of Starting Point. So whatever the next release that we have is, we roll it up on that day and you get the newest one. Nick, are you ready to kind of take over here a little bit? I'm going to let Margaret drive because I have to work on prepping the material for tomorrow's kind of the last official day and then of the certification training. And then Thursday is open Q&A, but I need to go work on that. And I figure that you can talk to people without me holding your hand, right? Is that okay?
Yeah, of course. I have enough.
Of course, I can. I don't need a babysitter at any time. And it'll be an abomination to have a babysitter. It'll be an abomination. So there you go. There goes Nick. I'm going to step away. Margaret, you have the bridge.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I thank you everybody for joining in today. And so let's continue the discussion we had about the new FM Starting Point. So. It's what we wanted to do in this version is it's not just issuing a new version just to issue a new version. Okay, so we wanted to make to bundle everything that we say about design into one product. Okay, it's not because so far what we were doing is just sending you like sample file with like the UI UX and stuff like that. You have two layouts and that's it, right? So you didn't have enough diversity into components, how to organize components and how to organize layouts and how to organize complex list views and how to organize portals and stuff like that, right? So in this version of FM Starting Point, you have a lot of example of good things that you can reuse in your solution, and get inspired to, and how to, especially how to make your file simpler, because the goal here is to simplify everything. So FM starting point, the new version with this new morphism design, as you noticed, we're not only at RCC coming to this kind of design. You saw the many great name of the industry coming to the same conclusion, with the same type of paradigm and design patterns and stuff like that. It's not that everybody's copying to everybody. No, it's just that we have, because I say we when we talk about the design community, because I have two caps. I have one cap like designer, UI UX designer, and one cap FileMaker developer. So on the design, on the UI UX design world, okay, it's a community that moves very fast, right? But the tendency since the last 2 decades is to remove things. I don't know if you noticed this. Let's remove the window, the frame of the window. We don't have frame on the window anymore. We don't know if look at the FileMaker window. We don't have a frame. That before we had a frame. Don't know if you remember. We had a frame. Remove the frame. On some occasion, they even removed the bar. The bar. You remember before we had kind of an icon here to tell you that you have to select this here to stretch your window. You had a box here to tell you, oh, you need to use this to what's the name, to move the window, right? To resize the window. You have this. So, and remember we had a scrolling bar before. So now we have it, but it's hidden. It hides on the side here. See, it's hide here, right? So, and so the tendency the last 2 decades were to remove, and there's a reason for that. The reason why we tends to remove things is that we don't need to teach the people anymore. Everybody knows that if you bring your mouse, your pointer on the corner, on the bottom left corner or the bottom right corner, on the top right corner here, you will resize the window. Or if you do here, you resize like this. We all know that, okay? So it's something that is part of the everyday life of people. So we don't need to put this now. We know it's a button. We don't need a box with a drop shadow and like it was before. We don't need those things anymore, because we are educated after 4 decades now that we're using computers and we're using the same window paradigms, folders. We don't need to explain to people that you need to double click on the folder to open it. So there's many things that we remove because we don't need explanation, okay? Because we are educated. So in FileMaker, at RCC, we wanted to bring that to you. Say, okay, the philosophy you need to tell you is this: if it's not necessary, remove it. Put only what is necessary. If it's not, get out, take it out. Okay. So, and in the same time, in that version of FileMaker of FM starting point, we wanted to apply everything that we tell you during all those webinars. For example, I'll give you an example here, okay? Here, I'm saying new task, okay? New task. It's clear. It's new task, okay? So, let's be done. So, it's new task. Before, the same layout before, here how it was, okay? So, it was here. So, if I go task here, it was new. And because it was new, it was only the word new, okay? We had we had to put a tooltip to say what is new for. Okay, is new to-dos, which is, in my opinion, here a little bit confusing because we are in task and the button said new to-dos, which is, it should say new task, right? So, but anyway, it's because this is a typical example of a moving software. In one time in history of this software, the tasks were named to-dos. And then in the middle of the history, at one point, those things has been renamed task. And I know when it has been renamed task. At FileMaker 12, it has been renamed task. So, but the tooltip didn't follow. But here, I don't need that. I don't need the new, and I don't need the tooltip anymore. I got rid of the tooltip because new task is kind of obvious. Now, when you use the right design pattern, here, in that version, because we are using calculated button bars, okay? Calculated button tabs, okay? The tabs here. They are calculated. You don't know here, if I remove this, you don't know you are in task. You don't know. You have no clue you are in task. Why? Because when you are in browser, in layout mode, this will tell you calculation, and this will tell you new. So you have no clue where you are in browse mode. So what we did, kind of a band-aid on the crack, we put a button says task that we hide in browse mode, okay? But here, because I want to call the button new task, so I don't need that button anymore because I know I am in task. I know I am in the task tab, even though this button here shows me calculation, because I have this button here. So if I navigate here, it says new task, new project, new invoice, new estimate, new contact, and new note. So I don't need that button here, that hidden kind of text that label that explains in which time I am. So this is what we call design rationality. It's design rationality, that you have one piece of design, or that you have one object that tells you what it is and what it does and where you are in one object only. So when you hear, right, and you are in that button, okay, you know task free, you have free tasks, right? And then you say new task and show all. Here you have new project. Here you have new invoices, new estimate, etc. So you know where you are, right? You know where you are. The same thing here. We use the same kind of what we call design rationality to think like this. Here, let's give you this example here. Before, we say 0 notes, 0 contacts, 0 estimates, 0 invoices, 0 projects. So the name were subjected to the amounts of notes, amount of items. Example, it's 0 notes, but it's 1 note, right? If I put another one, now it's 2 notes, so I need to put an S here. So it's cool. Let's be honest. It's cool, but it has a problem. You need to take care of this. You need to take care of this, saying, okay, if the count, if equal 1, then it's singular. Otherwise, it's plural. So you need to take care of this, okay? So let's use a little bit of design rationality and say, okay, everything is plural. Everything is plural. That the projects, the tasks, the project, the products, projects, invoices, estimate, and then between parentheses you put how many you have. So if you have 0, you have 0. Notes 0, contact 0, right? So you eliminate the problematic of how many items you have, and you don't have plural anymore. So the other thing we wanted to show you here in this version, it's the beauty and the advantage of continuity, okay? The design continuity. That means everything is very simple to replicate because we don't need to take care of many things, okay? So for example, here you need to take care of many things. First of all, we have a problem here. We have a big problem, and this problem has been resolved many years ago. But in the FileMaker community, we have problem with this. And the problem is putting space between objects. We have the tendency, we love in the FileMaker community, we love this. We love the things super compact. We love because we want to put as much as possible on the layout. I want more. I want this. I want this. You know, I want this, and I want this, and I want this. We love those things. You know, we love this in FileMaker. We love everything in one layout. One layout, everything. Okay. So, but it's wrong. It doesn't help. It is a quick and dirty way to do things rapidly, but very, very badly executed. So, to do so, we have techniques to help the situation. Exactly. I love Stu. I love this. It's exactly this. It's a Mickey Mouse kind of a cartoon jumping on the suitcase that is full of clothes like this. Okay, and try to close it. Okay, so it's exactly this. So you can see here we have space. You know, we have space. We can put that here. We have space. We have we feel comfortable. Okay, so we used. We wanted to do something here, okay? So we wanted to put the readability of what's the name of data to be the center of the design, okay? We want the thing to be readable and accessible very easily. For example, when you have something like this, right? It's much better than having the same here. So where it is, so this is the old layout. So let's go to the new one. Let's be honest. I don't need to trick. Okay, so this is a new. So when you're here, so here, so you have after, before, right? So this before, right? And you have after. So you can see it's much lighter and simpler to understand, especially the dates. Dates. See the dates here and here. It's much better because you can isolate pieces very easily. Here is difficult. Here is not, right? So, and here you can see when an invoice has been invoiced, you know. So before you have this kind of checkbox here, which is the paradigm of the checkbox. The paradigm of checkbox is good if you can click it. Here, you cannot click the checkbox. You cannot. It's just to symbolize that it has been invoiced. Okay? So invoice this. But here, this make an invoice, and then you have the question, you have the check mark, the green check mark here, and for the people wondering what it is, I have a little tooltip that invoiced. Okay, this is invoiced, this is not. So you can see here, we simplify things. We don't need to know. You have in one wink, you know here what it's doing. So, and everything looks pretty much the same. Okay, so we use the same paradigm across the software, you know, demonstration here. So if I go to the contact here, I have exactly the same construction here, you know, the same type of construction and the invoiced and project and tasks like this. And we have this, okay? So all the layout the same, okay? So we use and reuse the same paradigm. So this, of course, it's a good way to save time. You save time, you save money. So again, this design has been conceived and been thought for first readability, to make the thing readable and simpler and accessible visually. Also to prevent confusion. Okay, but the third big reason of this design is the cost. It will cost much less to implement than any other design before. Why? It's because we got rid of everything. We got rid of absolutely everything that makes the thing complicated and difficult. Okay, so I want to show you a demonstration. Before, we had to use this, right? We had this, we have boxes with boxes. So what the box within the box, why this is it costs a lot of money, it costs time, because you need to take care of this. Take care of this, take care of this. This one is the right border, bottom border. This here, you have the right button. This one here, you need to take care of the first. So, and then you have to take care of this, and then you make sure that everything is aligned. And of course, you need to make sure that everything is not like this. Okay, so you need to make sure that you don't have something like this, because that you end up doing things like this, right? So it's cost a lot of money. I mean, it costs a lot of time and money to do something like this. Box within a box like this, and you need to take care of the border. And this here, for example, I remember I built this. Okay, just this takes time to build that kind of buttons. Okay, it takes a lot of time. So why doing this? Why doing all of this? Why spending time for this? Okay, so here it's not the case. Here we have one unique object, and after that, here I have a bug. So we have one object here. Okay, so it's the same width. So let's take another example here than contact. Let's take here. Let's go to accounts. Okay. So I don't take care of the length of this. When I want to design this, I just copy this. Okay, and they're all the same width. They're all the same. There's 25. I don't have any borders. They all look the same. They're all the same, and they don't have background. See, they don't have background. They don't have background colors. So they whatever. If this is dark gray, this will come, right? So the background comes, right? So I don't have a background because it has problem if I have background. But I have so I don't have background, but I have a kind of a focus border that difference, right? But otherwise, I don't have border. I don't have border here in normal, in hover, in pressed, but in focus, yes. I have this electric blue. Okay, so it is much simpler to manipulate. Then we have the labels. Okay, and you can see here. Let's say I want to resize this. I want to resize this to be much. I want to change the width of this. Okay, I change the width. Done. It's done. I don't need. If I need to change the width of this, it's kind of complicated. Okay, it's kind of complicated. So the advantage we have here with this design is this. First of all, FileMaker made it possible. In that, we have here. I don't know because many people doesn't know about this, and it's a pity because we need to use that. I use that when you drag. This is the label, the positioning of the label. No labels. Label on top of the field. Label on the right of the field. On the left of the field, and label in the field. That means as a placeholder. Okay. So FileMaker do it automatically. If I do this, I will have a placeholder with the name of the field inside, right? If I do this, I will have the label on the right, on the left part. Sorry. If I do this, I have the label on top. And then it's very simple to use this because I have, in this version of FMSP, we have a very fully, what's the name, enriched theme, okay? So I have label like this, small. So I have label like this, and I can automatically, you can see, I can just glue them. The text will automatically align here, okay? So with the padding here. So I have a label anchored on the left, anchored, centered, anchored on the right, okay? So you have 3 labels here, okay? So now you understand how easy it is to build something like this, right? So you can come with a design, you can come with something like this very easily. And the separation is just, what's the name? A line like this. It's just a line. It's a line on the bottom, okay? So all of this kind of a design pattern like this makes the thing very easy to do, right? You can see it's the same, always the same like this. So we have all the length for the label. So to have the length of the label free, it makes the thing much simpler to name them. Because here, always, I remember when I was doing this, I had a problem with the width of this, because if I want to change this and to make it wider, I can't. I need to use tricks like this, right? So, and all the thing that I want to point out, it's very important, but we will come back in other webinars in the future. This version of FMSP has been designed using a design pattern that I've learned and used at the time I was building the starter solution at FileMaker, at Claris. Let me explain. The starter solution, there were 13 files that all needed to be localized in different language. So let me tell you some things about language. You have the word record in English, and you have the same word in French. Here's the problem. You understand the problem here. This is record. Another example, find in English. Rechercher. This is French. So here's the problem. Rechercher des enregistrements. This is French, and this is English. The same sentence. Here's the problem, right? So the problem is if you build something like this with the label on the left, right? This is what the problem you will have, right? So translating, so what you do this. So all the software like this. You cut, right? You use our contractions like this, but it makes the software a piece of you know what. So that's why in that version of FMSP, everything that I've learned at the time where I need to take care of those things have been applied. So we applied all the rules to make change like this, okay, very easy. So it can be a localization, or can be a rebrand, or can be a complete remap of objects. So you want to, for example, for your own purposes, you want to copy this accordion, for example, and you want to change it on your own solution, but it's not communication. Let's say you want communication of all staff involved. Okay, so you can do with this design, no problem. See, if you have a design like this, how you can do that? How you can do if you have the button like this? You understand? So that's why we have this design here. Okay, it's because it's much faster and easier for you to just change the what's the name? To rename things and move things and remap things, and you can do whatever you want, right? So I saw that we have the question from Switch. What are the shortcut key to call the hamburger menu? Okay, so I try to make it discoverable for you. So I can explain, if you want, I can explain the technique I'm using here, if you want. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. Yeah, no, I think that'd be a good idea.
Okay. I try to make it discoverable, but still, it's so the shortcuts. I didn't want, for those kind of shortcuts, I'm not using a custom menu because it's not necessary and it's not the good technique. Anyway, it's not a good technique anyway because it's not. So the good technique for that is to use on object keystroke, on layout keystroke. So on layouts, you have a keystroke, right? And here I'm using a technique that are documented in many webinars, using using the code of a keystroke. Let's explain. Okay. So I put that for you, that you can activate those two lines and then you can debug it and you can try it, right? So let's do this. Okay. So if I strike E, that's the code of E. E is code 101. X is 120. 3 is 51. But shift 3 is 35. And I show you what I stroke. You know, I'm striking the hash key is 35. If I strike, I don't know, K is 105. If I strike spacebar, is 32. If I strike return, is 13. If I strike enter, is 10. Delete is 8. Tab is 9. Escape is 27. So I can also say, what is, okay, let's say I take A. A is 65, okay? But Alt/Option for Mac, Alt Option A, is 229, right? So it's not 97 or whatever. Okay, so I use the what's the name? The number 1 to activate the what's the name? To activate the hamburger menu in all layouts. So 1 is 49, but Alt 1 is 161. So the code 161 is what FileMaker will read when you strike Alt 1. So in all the solutions, I have this, what's the name? This script that is I'm calling the same script all the time, right? And the key is 161. This is what you need to do. You need to say, okay, I am from accounts. I'm calling this script, which is in universal scripts. That means a script that works everywhere. One script for all the solution. That is the good technique. You have one script for all the solution, for all the navigation goes. Okay, but I need to tell the script that I am from accounts. Okay, I need to tell him I'm from account, right? And I want the 161, which is Option Alt plus 1. I'm telling you, I'm giving you the information of what it is. 161 is Option Alt plus 1. Okay. So if you strike this Alt 1, you go to the hamburger menu. And automatically you say, hey, I am in account. I am in account, because if you change this and you say here and you say contact, for example, okay, contact. Here you create a bug because I am in account, but here we say, oh no, you're in contact, because you say you declare yourself from contact. So this is because I want one script to be universal. Okay. Okay. So it's a script parameter. So you have alt1 goes there. So if you want to change the code, if you want to change if you say, oh, I don't like alt1, I want another one, okay? So what you can do, you can activate this, and okay, can activate this and change your let's say you want alt2, for example. Okay, alt2 is 84, 82. Okay. So you go there, 84, 82, 84, 82. So you change this. Of course, you need to deactivate those two lines. This is for debug, okay? So I left it there. Say, okay, that could be helpful for you. So now alt2 goes to the burger menu. No alt1 anymore. Alt1 doesn't do it. Alt2 works. Oh, I need to get out of this. Okay. Alt2 done. Okay. So let's put back the 101, the 161. So this is how it works. Of course, when you can click here. So the hamburger menu is kind of very smart, because okay, you have I put my mouse here, okay? I don't touch it, okay? I don't touch the mouse. The mouse is there. Okay, I don't touch it. Alt1, I have the hamburger menu. I'm going to account, and I want to go to invoice. You see, arrow up, arrow down, arrow up, arrow down. Okay, arrow up, arrow down. So let's say I want to go invoice. You can see I am in account, but I have pre-selected invoice because it's dark gray, and then I press spacebar or carriage return. So let's press spacebar, and I'm going to invoice. So up, I want to go back to account. Bam. Spacebar, projects, home. See, it's very cool. So you can navigate like this. Of course, I have many much more advanced version of this hamburger menu, but I want to put the minimum. So I have version where you can say STA, you go to staff. You tap STA pub, go to staff. Or you can say, oh, command 1, command 2, command 3. You can have command 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can have a command like Apple is doing here with this. You can have those commands. You can hijack them, and have them doing this. Okay, command 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can do whatever you want. You have you have all the foundation for this, especially all the keystroke, because all of this is working with keystrokes, right? So when you keystroke and you have this, when you 32 is a space bar, that means I select the navigation. 31 is arrow down, but if I have the Alt key pressed, then you go to the last, then you go to the first, right? So let's demonstration. So I'm here. I want to go to the last. Alt. I'm going to the last. First, last, right? So it's kind of cool. It's very cool. So let's go further. So do we have any question on this?
We do have another question, and we have another question from Stu. When you drag the field into the layout, does it use the saved theme default style or some FileMaker default?
What do you mean? When you do what?
When you drag the field onto the layout.
No, you have you have the theme. So we call Morpheus. Okay, so because it's neomorphism, morphis, and it was kind of the year of the matrix rebirth, this year or so. And at some point, sometime, I'm wondering if you're not in the matrix. But anyway, so especially with the COVID stuff. If you have this, okay, here how FileMaker works. If I create a new layout from that layout here, I'm from that layout, and I'm creating a new one. Right? I will land in Morpheus. Why? Because I came from a layout with Morpheus in the layout, as a layout theme. Okay. When you are in the when you drag an object like here you drag this in the layout, you get the default of everything. So you get the text default and you get the field default. Okay, that's what you get. Okay, so you get those two. You get the field default. You get anything that you define as default. The buttons, this is the default of buttons. The default of pop-over, the default of everything, right? So I try to make the default, right? I try to make the thing to be usable, and that's why here I'm using the default of anything, right? The background, that's the default. Like for example, if I create a round square like this, the default is like this with the drop shadow, right? That's the default. If I don't want it, it's not the default. If I want something like that, I have an alternate rounded one. Okay, so I have the same, but I don't have the drop shadow, right? So I try to make the theme. So this is not the default. This is round button 3. You have round button 2, 1. Okay. You have action. You have alternate. You have many buttons. All of this is buttons, right? So you have a field. You have only one. What's the name? This is a pop-up menu. Pop-up menu. You have one. You don't have more. So because I don't need more. Okay, I don't need more of a pop-up menu because they all look the same. Everywhere you go, you have the same. So if you don't have other question here, I'm going to continue here. Okay.
Sorry, we got you there.
No, that's okay.
Alpha Lima, and then also M. Johnson did mention the fact that the shortcut doesn't seem to work on Windows. So I told him to file it as a bug report.
Alt 1, but why? Because it's doing something else on Windows?
He says specifically, if you look up in Discord, bug 1, alt 1 doesn't work on PC. Yeah. Shift 1 does, but doesn't open menu. Bypasses if statement in the trigger script you're calling. It gives me this below. Code get trigger keystroke equals 33, get parameter value 2 equals 161.
Yeah, but why 33? That doesn't make any sense. You understand why? Because it doesn't make any sense. It should return. This should return the same value. So you need to. Can you activate this in Windows? And because I don't have Windows machine, it makes me epileptic. So I cannot use Windows machine. But what's the name? If you do this, if you activate on that script, the script number 53, if you activate the show dialog, those two, and you strike Alt 1, if it doesn't return 161, okay, in that case, FileMaker has a huge bug. Because it's an ASCII code stuff. So okay. What is the country code of the keyboard used? Right?
Now what is the country code of the keyboard? I assume it was USA because I mean, as far as
No,
we're
no, it's not. It's not because otherwise I will have this. Because if you go, let's say you go Spanish, you go Latin America, for example, you will return. Oh, you return the same. Yeah, because Latin America is a copy of the. There is a Spanish. See, the Spanish is different. So yeah, so that's why it depends on the keyboard you use. Okay, and that is a problem. That's the problem. That is a flaw on my design that I didn't think of.
Well, now you have a new problem to fix.
No, it's because I might come. That here there's a workaround on this. I might come to the preference here, right? And in the navigation here, I'm going to add a new, kind of a, I'm going to add a kind of I'm going to add an option somewhere on the bottom here. So, okay, what is your, based on the country, I can do something like this. Or you can put yourself your own, code. You put your own code and stuff like that. Otherwise, don't use don't use the because it is subject to the keyboard. Yes, that definitely yes. And that is the flaw. That is the design flaw, by the way. So I need to use a more, the prime is I don't have maybe a function, but the function are complex to use. They're not easy to use. I will figure out something. That actually it's a good catch because it's a problem.
And it's still an issue for Windows somehow. So something about Windows keyboard.
No. It's because it was obviously it's not in the English. But I will find it. We found a way. Don't worry. I'm not afraid about this. I'm not afraid about this. I will find something. Actually, I like it. It's kind of it's like a what's the name?
Puzzle?
No, it's like a challenge.
Yeah.
So I like it.
Okay, we do have another question from YouTube real quick. From Media Sandbox, where should your user's eye be focused upon layout enter?
Hold on, let me read because this is my original version. I'm using the master. Where should your user's eye be focused upon layout enter?
I'm guessing they're asking where should the user be looking first when they enter the layout.
Actually, it's where you are. This is why we put that here. Where you are, which record you are on, So it's from the left to the right, because we read from the top left to the right to the bottom right. That's how we read, right? So that's why we have this constriction. Here you have the what's the name, the record, the record you can search here. You search there, you have the search box here, you have all the sort and stuff like that. So this is the record navigation. And then you have, this bar here is kind of a status bar. It's tell you where you are, where you are. You're in account. You are in the what's the name? This normally is the ID of I don't know why it has name here, but it's a bug. It's my sample data bug. But this is the what's the name? The ID where you are in, right? And this is kind of a recap. This is what we got before here, right? We got that the same here, right? We got here, and we got I put that on top here because I have the space to put it here. But when you land, you need to know where you are. That the record navigation, and then you have the first data, the local data, that the data inside that table, and here you have all the related data. Everything here is related, right? So yeah, it's the construction is from the left to the right like this, right? So also I want to show you some benefits of this layout, of this construction here. What we want to do, some example here. When you have a lot of space like this, okay, so you have a space, like for example, here, I wanted something to be much readable that we had before, okay? So before we had this, so it was very compact. See the very few space between things and stuff like that. Hard to read. So I want to change this and make it like this, okay? So, and now visually, each row, it's an independent row. It's independent. You staff name and you have the related contacts and status and total. So you have much more. Actually, here you have as many things here, but for one reason, it's more readable. Okay, and I have more space than before. So let's see this one, for example. This one, I had much stuff. So that's what I was telling you. Look what we had to do to put everything together. Look what we had to do. First of all, dates with two digits for the year. We had to reduce that. And the staff name is Nick Hunter, but if I want to put my full name here, doesn't work, okay? So, because it's too small. And then you have the status, and then you have the amount and stuff like that. It's not very clear, okay? It's not clear. So, same amount of things, okay? So, here you can see we have the dates with the full year, okay? And here we have the invoice number, and we have by Nick Hunter, so I know it's the staff name, okay? By Nick Hunter. So we use this by Nick, by Rick, okay? So, and here, that the related contacts, and then we have the status, the paid, and the due in red, and the total. So unfortunately, I don't have a good sample data here, but I can, which one I can put here. This one, okay. See here, I have more things. So this is a date. So you can see you have, I need to put some better sample data, by the way, but I don't have time for that. So you have the total of the invoice, and here I might have a problem because I might have a bug here, right? Because I don't see not seeing any total is not. Oh, see here I'm not pointing to the right. See, I have a bug. So let's fix the bug. I have a bug, and this is it should be the order total or something like this. Total price. So 17. Yeah, now it's better. Now it's better. So you can see here, you have the total of the invoice and then you have the due. It tells you much more than this presentation. Okay? It tells you much more than the presentation below. Okay? So you have much more visibility. Same for projects. See, you have the dates, start, and active category server. So you have like this. I'm not talking about the task. Task much clearer. Okay? So so you have here, so we fix the problem here, so we make it much more, before you were clicking on, so before you have, okay, look the problem here. You had 3 interaction. The first interaction is the delete button. Okay, you have a delete button. Then the second one, you click here and you open the task. Okay, and then the third interaction, you click the I information here, and then you have the pop-up. This I pop-up, so I talked about that last week, but I'm showing again. This I pop-up shows information here that are related to this block here, this block. See, it changes this block. If I change this and I did this, it changed this block here. So we fix this problem, this visual problem. So we still have the free interaction, but here how it works. This is the delete button. The finger here, you have the finger that opens the task. And here, this one, you can see something else is happening, and it's much clearer than before, And I click here and I change this, and I can see the change. Oh, see, another bug. Why? It was working. Oh, sorry, it's not a bug. It's because it's open there. Okay, so you can see you change this and you change this, right? See, change this, you change here, and you can change directly. So it shows you the what's the name? Directly. It shows you the change where it occurs, not somewhere else like this, right? And you're hiding the thing. So, that's a repeating. Yes, this is a repeating field. It's a repeating field. Yes, Ruben says makes me rethink all my solutions. Yeah, but unfortunately, on the computer design, everything will change. Everything changed drastically every 15 years. I don't know if you notice this. Every 15 years, you have a big change. Okay, a big, completely different things. But what I'm telling the people is this: when you have a solution, a big solution, never let your solution to age. Never let your solution to age. But so that means you need to go to your solution and say, hey, there's a new way to do the button bars, for example. So let's do the new way. There's a new way to do this, for example. Those things. So let's do a new way, right? So it's very important to keep going, and not letting the thing aging like this, right? So do we have any questions?
We do. We should probably do these last couple questions and wrap it up, I think.
Yeah.
From Blair, is there a way to save tasks after completion, like an archive?
That's with FileMaker. That's a way. We have this way to do. I made it in projects for the milestone. So you can create milestone like this and say, okay, blah blah, and the status is need review, and medium, and this blah blah blah. So you have and you can create a new milestone and say blah blah blah, status active and high, and 24 5 and blah blah. So you have, okay. So let's say you have your task like this, okay. But when you want them to disappear when they complete it, so you say, okay, complete. You say you change this into complete, right? So you change this into complete, okay? And so you can complete there. So you have completed and not completed, outstanding, complete. Right? So it's another way to do it, so you can do the same on the task. So you can have, and that's the beauty of this, because you can have the same process here. You have a kind of the button, the toggle. So all of those objects, by the way, if you want to create a toggle here, first of all, that's a good demo. Before we go, that's a good demonstration. Those toggles here, that means those and any kind of toggles. Let's say you have this, and I did the demo last time, but I duplicate those. Let's say I have two, and I want to change the I want them to be like this. Okay, so now they look like this. Hold on. Not this one. Which one it is? I think it's it's this one. I think it's this one. Yeah, but it's hard because, but anyway, so Yeah, this one. Okay. I don't know why it's not showing. Let me see. Active. Yeah, it should be active. Okay, but I think I know why. Because it's I need to name it differently. The name is very important, so I need to name it 2.1 and 2.2. Otherwise, they don't compute. And here in the specify, you need to say it's button 2 points. Otherwise, it will. Okay, now it works. Okay, so see, you can change the how they look, right, very easily. But if you want to change the nature, if you want to change what inside is, let's say I want to go to my value list and I want those, for example. I want this. I want category. I want equipment, rental, and lease, for example. So let's say I want to add a third one. So I go there. I change this to this. I change this here in the second button to this. And I copy this, and I create a new segment, and I call it 4, and I call it 3. Okay. Hold on, I move something. So now I have equipment, rental, and leased. So it's very simple now so you use value lists. So for those toggle, I engage, I really suggest that you use value lists to fill the name of those, because now it's super easy to change that. It's very simple. So you want to change that. You want to equipment rental. You say okay, or I don't know, shared. You don't want rental. You want shared, for example. So now you have shared. It's shared. It's no rental. So so using the value list to fill up those buttons is very cool. So let's put rental. Okay. So it's very cool. It's very easy to change that. Of course, what's cool is that to get the thing to what's the name? To activate the segment, you don't need to take care of this. Just you need to say which field is related to and which value list name you are. And then the thing will go automatically. It will tell you automatically based on what in the field. It will tell you automatically which segment active. So it's very cool. You can discover that using this. Everywhere is like I put that everywhere. All of those are based on this. Those they are value lists. It's a new way to present value list instead of this. It's a new way to do this. So I want to show, and the same here. You can use the same for this. You can use the same for those things, right? But here they're static. Here they just text. Why? Because I didn't need the complexity, but but it's cool. Is there a way to save tasks after? Yeah, so I did it.
Yep. And then
so no more.
One last question. I think we're good. For your actual deployed solutions, is the native FileMaker toolbar exposed to users?
The boss wants it, but it's very simple for you to deactivate this. You go to the file option and you click hide toolbar, and it will be hidden. This solution has been built to be, you can do everything without it. Because the find mode we all use Command F or Alt F and the sorting. You have this next time I'm going to explain the sort, because the sort and filter is the most advanced things built inside that solution, because it's the same we had under on the list view and on the details. So we didn't have that before. It's very cool. It's very easy to implement and stuff. So I don't like this. I don't need it, because find, I don't need it. Delete, I have a Command E to delete record, new record. I have the plus button here, and show all. I have it too. So personally, I don't need. I have this. I can search. I want Nick. I can search. I can clear my search. I can sort here. I can do whatever. If I want to delete something, Command E, or I have here the button delete. Here. So it's I don't need it. So if you want, you can get rid of it. Go file option, hide toolbar. That's it.
Okay.
But it will by default it will be like exposed. Yes.
Yes. Awesome. I think otherwise we just we've got a couple other bugs I told people to submit to. Do you want to show people real quick where they can submit bug reports? Guys got asked how you do that.
Oh yeah, but that's easy. So you go to the home, or you go to the preferences, because I think that's the same, and then you have bug reports, general, and you can submit a bug report here. Submit bug. You click and you send an email directly to support.
Yeah. So go to home.
Preferences. You can go preference from here, or home and preference, but it's inside preference.
Yes, and then in general, submit a bug report to us. Please do that there. We have an entire team of junior engineers sifting through those.
Yeah.
We are paying attention.
So the most of the bug we'd like to, I can ask for the bugs that we want to track is the kind of bug I just fixed earlier. I fixed one. It's because we reuse the same object again, and we duplicate like this. And sometimes we forget to remap one object like this. So this kind of things, like you go there and you see that object has pointing to the wrong table, right? So buttons that go to the wrong scripts, things like this. Tooltip that point to the wrong context. Things like this that we want to, especially all the bugs related to the wrong context on objects. Okay, so that's what we want to track.
Yep.
The wrong script on button, the wrong tooltip, the wrong, the wrong placeholder. Like this morning, I fixed 5 or 6 like this. The placeholder like this. Some, it could be another name, because I reuse I duplicate the layout and I remap. So sometimes it can be right. So that's what we want to do.
Yep. And Timothy just found something like that. He went to quick access and he selected a contact. It accidentally goes to the old version of the contact details layout.
No, that's not. Wait, here now. This is no longer happening. This very old. He's using an old version of it, because now it's fixed. A long time ago. On X2, it was already fixed.
Got it. Okay. So in that case, Timothy, try downloading X3. So
yeah. You need to download X3, because all of those has been reported. So all of those bugs have been reported, but of course the people cannot know what has been reported. So
yes.
we appreciate the effort, right? But those bugs have been fixed. We don't expect bugs to happen here anymore. But anyway, the best way is to report anything you can find. But
yes.
It's
we appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate it. But especially the right now, the bug we want is you click and you click new project and it creates a new task. That's a problem. Yeah, but it's cool. So I hope you like it. So let's go.
No, it's awesome. Okay, thank you so much, Nick. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, great stuff. Everyone says great stuff, because it is. It's cool as crap. Okay. Y'all have a lovely day. We'll catch you next Tuesday.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
report of an individual up here who maybe a FileMaker license. Well, it's potentially expired. Look at the back of that car right there. Looks like the FileMaker license has expired. Sir, I need you to step out of the vehicle. Sir, step out of the vehicle. Sir!